What's that, Skippy? Here comes the Sonic Boom post-show. Yeah, it is. Hello.
Okay, Marie.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
here's the post-show / podcast. Is the podcast still going?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't listen to the podcast for reasons.
I got a rock.
You do? Where did you get that from?
Well, you see, I went trick-or-treating one time.
Ah, good old rock. Nothing beats that. Don't.
I think you find that donut beats that.
And dessert.
Not desserts again. Right, so episode 51, counterproductive. What did people think? Starting with Kat. What was your favourite bits in that episode? What stood out?
The wife character whose name I don't think was ever said
Mrs. Charlie.
seemed to be going in a particular direction when she left, when she walked out. But then, like, everything about her suddenly becomes better when she comes back during the fight, and she's actually genuinely cheering Charlie on.
I just realized these are the
Like
only
she said a thing. She made clear what she was disappointed about, and as soon as he fixed that, she did come back, didn't make any excuses, and is genuinely on his side.
I just realized there's.
And also is gloriously evil, and Eggman is sitting there and just like. Ah!
I just realised that Donnie's trying to speak.
I also realised this. I wasn't finished, but now I am. Go Donnie.
I just realized these are the only actual married couples we've seen so far. These are the.
Actually, I don't. Think
They are an actually established married couple, and that's
an established married couple. I mean, because nobody else really has a partner confirmed anyway.
Yeah.
this is kind of sad.
Where is Lord Walrus?
On the other hand, maybe everybody's having fun being unattached.
It turns out that actually just the village is just completely full of swingers.
That's not what I meant. I just meant single.
The entire village is married. Plot twist: the entire village is married to Eggman. There you go.
Plot twist: the entire village is a cult.
Plot twist: Sonic and Eggman are still married, even though it happened in a different series a very long time ago.
It's true.
Blonic.
Plot twist: Cowbot was M. Night Shyamalan.
Well, that was the official M. Night Shyamalan cameo.
Yeah.
Plot twist: Charlie won.
I kind of want. I'd love to name the wife something until such time as we confirmed it. So I'm going to call her Charlotte, since Charlie and Charlotte would be a nice thing.
Charlie and Charlie.
Charlie and Charlie.
Double Charlies.
Yeah, but then you can. Yeah.
That sounds a bit weird. That sounds
like
actually more like twin names than like.
That sounds like a law firm.
Pair of Charlies.
Kevin, how dare you?
In the idiot sense, as opposed to any other connotation you were thinking of. But we actually have some more villains now. So I like there being just like other little threats going on.
We have more villains now. Too bad the series is almost done.
That is rather unfortunate. That's really, isn't it?
Well.
But hey, that's something. I'm a little bit worried actually about the wife character because I fear that they could sort of go into like. I like the dynamic as it is, and I just worry that it could very easily go into the husband, i.e. Charlie, just being this very put upon character by this.
You're worried it could go to like spousal abuse for comedy.
Yeah. This is it feels like it could easily do that if they weren't very careful with it. And I quite like what it is at the moment, which is this partnership of equals who very genuinely care for each other, and it's like, okay, well, we will embrace the fact that you have been a semi-successful villain. Let's go with that. I like that. Donnie, who was your highlight? And it can't be Eggman. Surely it can't be Eggman.
There was a pretty good moment there.
But I had the biggest laughs when Eggman showed up, so he kind of is the highlight for me.
His 2 lines of successfully awarded him a highlight status.
It wasn't just the fact that he had his 2 lines; it's what he said and how he appeared. It's like the last thing I was expecting when suddenly everything was coming together and Knuckles and Charlie were facing off and stuff. The last thing I was expecting was suddenly an Eggman cameo, and then when he's cheering for Charlie in the way he was, it was just beautifully timed, and I laughed so hard at that. Knuckles, of course, Knuckles did come close though. Knuckles came really close, but Eggman definitely was the highlight of the episode for me, which is something I haven't been able to say in a long time, actually, as far as I know, anyway. But yeah, that cameo was beautiful, and Charlie's actually a really interesting villain. We haven't actually had an episode like this where, like, the last time this happened was, I think, when Percy was introduced, but now we have yet another villain that the heroes have to deal with.
It's also interesting because it's a villain that they themselves created.
Yeah.
Which is something I hope they'll actually go into a little bit in the future.
Thinking about it, this village has gone to hell in a handbasket over the course of the season. Like, it's just been one villain after another coming together.
Yeah, which I think is the entire reason why Sword Eagle just puts this very particular caveat of if the person you wronged is a supervillain, you probably didn't actually wrong them. It was probably not that important.
It was sort of interesting how they were going, because it did sort of go, the episode's going in this direction, and it switched. I mean, we made the joke about how the character is, and Kat, us two said beforehand in the little pre-chat about how the character basically for a long time just appears to be Frank Grimes.
And then it turns into Frank Grimes Jr.
Yeah, then it turns into Frank Grimes Jr. and it's all about revenge and stuff. The idea of one thing that I didn't quite get in a way, because it was like, oh, you got to stand up for yourself, Knuckles, and it was like if this was any other character and in any other episode, it would have just been dealt with by the gang as a group.
I think what I was impressed is seeing an Amy that was actually being helpful and not bossy and controlling and stuff.
It depends on the episode and depends on the writer, apparently.
It really does.
Yeah, Amy floats between 2 such radical extremes that I feel it's something they need to nail down a bit. And I think we've mentioned this before, just like Amy, it was the other week, wasn't it? We were saying about how everyone can be sort of classed as A but B, except Amy.
Yeah.
Who is like A but B except C and D.
Yeah, it's just weird how in some episodes she's bossy, controlling, and just an overall grumpy person. And then episodes like this, she's cheery and positive and giving helpful advice.
In a show like this where the other characters are so very specifically solid, no, it doesn't feel like depth, it feels like an error.
Yeah. Yeah, and as I was saying though, it's like if it had been any other character, it'd have been the case of the gang just immediately rallying around Knuckles and seeing the villain off. But in this instance, for some reason, it was just like, you need to you need to stick up for yourself, Knuckles. Like Knuckles somehow has no ability to. When he was just following the book, and Knuckles was trying to be a good guy. But I just think it's strange how it's just in this instance, it's just like everyone just like backs off and goes, "Well, no, you deal with it on your own."
I find it strange though that like I find it strange that it wasn't necessarily that Knuckles was trying to stand up for himself. He was just feeling like he was still in the wrong, and he was just trying to make it right. And it only became like he was like it really baffles me as to why it takes someone stating they're a supervillain to say, "Oh, hey, guess what? Yeah, you didn't actually do anything wrong the whole time." When in fact, the only reason he became a supervillain in the first place was because of Knuckles.
Yeah,
So
there's some interesting sort of contradictions in there of how everything went down.
I think it's more like if their response is this particularly over the top to what you did wrong, and you've been trying really hard.
I'm guessing they were going along the lines of when someone declares himself a supervillain, that's the point where they've taken their revenge on you too far, and you have reason enough now to stop putting up with it. I guess. I guess is where they're going with this. I have no idea.
But yeah, so nice things. The Sonic Boom games apparently happened because we had the Ancients back.
Yeah.
Another mention of the Ancients?
They specifically mentioned the Ancients.
They specifically mentioned the
Ancients. In fact, I think this is the second time they did it too.
Yeah.
I think that they did it once before, but this was like very specific. Hey, look, there's an Ancients sort of archaeological dig going on. What was really interesting was Charlie's former boss, and Charlie's former boss saying that he'd fired Charlie years ago. Now Charlie got fired because of Knuckles, which means that the gang have been around the village and stayed there, and been living there for years. Which means
as adults.
Yeah, but that surely then means, just by logical steps, if they've been around the village for years and they come into the village for the first time in Sonic Boom,
that was years ago.
That was years ago. So Sonic Boom, the cartoon series, has to take place at least 2 years in Sonic Universe time after that event. So unless he's being just like, oh yeah, years and years ago, as in it was like a long period of time, but it felt like it was quite sort of specifically that long ago.
It's the first real hint of any kind of backstory that this show's given.
Yeah,
which is strange.
It was probably completely unintentional, but it has at least suggested the idea that the Boom cartoon is well out in the future from Rise of Lyric.
Alternatively, that it is a completely different canon in which the characters here have a history with the village.
To be confirmed.
To be fair, though, I think the well into the future theory definitely fits a lot more. Because you can tell that there's been developments that have happened since the Ancients. Like, the island is a lot more developed and lively.
Stuff's happened
since Rise of Lyric.
Amy's got... Does Amy have, like, her house? Do they have houses in Rise of Lyric?
Nope. No. Actually, yeah, they did. In the 3DS.
But they do in this is what I'm saying. They do in the 3DS version. So in Boom timeline, then Rise of Lyric has to be the first one. Has to be like them.
Warning: we're trying to get into the continuity of a Sonic the Hedgehog spin-off.
I know. I'm desperately trying to like put some kind
that is not the comics.
Then you have.
Sorry.
Or do you have I mean, well, I'm not sure where the 3DS game would fit into it because it's a 3DS game and therefore has a tendency to be slightly contradictory to the main game because reasons of different developers and people not actually understanding that, if one game contradicting another entirely might actually cause some kind of problem. But it is strange though, isn't it? How long have they been around there?
Yeah,
If only we knew somebody who could answer that kind of question.
Reed Harrison.
Who's not been around for a while because of October.
Reed Harrison.
And it's now November and he's had to come home.
Probably still Reed Harrison.
Probably still.
See,
It's America, grown adults.
Episode 52 will come around and it'll be revealed that Donnie is Reed Harrison.
Reed Donnieson.
It's his pen name. But yeah, official request of Bill, if he is indeed listening again. Could you confirm if this is just like an accidental thing, or if it's genuinely thought of that this takes place some considerable time after Rise of Lyric?
How in continuity is the Boom continuity?
Yeah, that's.
Is there any continuity at all?
To be fair, at one point Sega did say that the Rise of Lyric, I believe, was supposed to be like a prequel to the cartoon, I believe. So,
but it would be good to know. It'd be good to know like how long a period of time, and whether or not it is considered to have the events of Rise of Lyric did occur within the Boom universe, even if the general continuity resets after every episode.
yeah.
If the overall stuff affects, that'd be interesting.
It's quite intriguing to have this first possible hint of a backstory because it answers a lot of people have been having questions about exactly where in Boom canon does this take place, and what relation it has with Rise of Lyrics. I mean,
well, I still would like to see Lyric appear in the series. I think that's actually been a bit of a misstep by
that there isn't enough Lyric in the show
by the series, and that hey, you've got this big bad villain who's the villain of your main game for this new franchise. It would have been a good idea to get him into the actual TV series at some point.
to be fair though, I believe the cartoon and the video game were developed at different times. Like
but you still got the characters there. I mean, you still know about that because otherwise you wouldn't know about Styx. So, I mean,
I think they were told about Styx though.
You'd have thought it was just like you'd have thought like shared plots and thing, or plot synopses for the actual game, early footage, design docs, all those things. It wasn't like Guido just suddenly guessed what Sonic would look like nowadays.
I just find it baffling that, personally, I don't really care about backstory. I mean, the show's funny and that's all I care about. But, it's definitely left me curious that they actually did hint or imply at a backstory there. Even whether intentional or not, that was still kind of... So I was not expecting that.
See, that kind of thing allows them to do, the old flashback episodes or what have you, and allows you to do, episodes of, okay, this is where we really bet Styx for the first time and stuff like that we've been talking about for ages. That actually opens the door to that.
Yeah.
If you actually firmly establish that, well, yeah, this takes place X years after this, although then it begs the question how the characters haven't aged.
Season 2 is going to be interesting.
How long is a year in island time?
Beats me.
I think it beats everybody. Somebody
Well,
will figure
considering
it out in this community. Somebody needs to figure it out. It turns
considering
out that
Knuckles,
Sonic is like 107 in island time or something.
considering Knuckles looked exactly the same in that flashback that he did.
Hmm. It was,
But
yeah.
but yeah, that was an intriguing like bit that I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but huh, definitely leaves me curious.
Hmm.
Season 2 is going to be interesting because they have so much to play off of now compared to season 1.
There's a lot set up
A lot set up.
that can be done with. We've got multiple different sets of villains. I still would like to introduce one more. If only to like add a different chaotic element in there. I would like actually Eggman to have another enemy. I would like there to be somebody sort of because we've got the good guys and the bad guy, the good guys and the bad guy, and then we've got other enemies on the evil side. But there's nothing really in between. I'd like there to be like a third party in there that's doing their own thing. With all the
Yeah,
shade of grey, just to really sort of.
well,
That's actually somewhere where you could put Shadow.
considering next week's episode has pretty much all the villains coming together. I mean, including a certain someone who's been people have been very baffled about it appearing in
Charmy B is coming.
Yep.
Been baffled about him for years.
Yeah, pretty. But really though, it's going to be interesting to see because like episode 52 is basically the. I love how you could tell that it's supposed to be like a season finale because it's basically everyone's coming together now. Like everyone's decided, you know what, Sonic, we've had enough of your crap. We've had enough of your crap, heroes. We're doing something about it.
We've had enough of your crap, Sonic.
And then all his friends tell him in as well. He can say, "Hey, actually, they've got a point, Sonic. We have had enough of your crap."
And then just the guy two happens. Oh, jeez.
Based on the small clip I have actually seen of 52, yeah.
Oh, you've been spoiled, have you?
If you like your Sonics lightly battered, you'll enjoy
Hedgehog
episode
one.
52.
Oh dear.
If you're one of those fans that actually takes a perverse pleasure from seeing Sonic have the crap beaten out of him, then yeah, you're in for some fun.
This is basically the climax of everything that has happened in the past 51 episodes, all coming together to kick the heroes right in the ass. So I mean,
Well, we got
Right
the
in
other
the
thing
butt.
that it had to be considered a series finale because they didn't know that they were doing a season 2, at least as far as we were aware.
well, here's the thing though. It's like judging from what happened at the end, they imply that they didn't know. So that they didn't know what would happen, but they didn't say if it was the end. So
Anyway,
we'll get to more about that next week.
that's next time around, though. Anything else about this episode, though? Actually, one thing I'd point out: the rain. While it was interesting to see rain in the series, I can't remember another time where we've actually had rain. It again didn't look all that awesome.
There's been thunder, lightning, heat, sunlight.
Thunder and the lightning was absolutely fine.
But this is the first one we've actually gotten some precipitation.
The slowest moving rain I think I've ever seen. Go back and look at when the rain's coming down, how slow that is.
Sonic must be a force of nature when he's faster than nature itself. So I mean,
I know, just like walking through these rains, it's sort of pedestrian pace, just falls through the sky.
It is extremely slow rain.
It is, isn't it? It just looks wrong. It's like we've got into slow motion.
Oh god, now we've gone to a slow motion. Well, goodbye.
I mean, so there was that. We had the crazy writing again.
Yep.
We can't have writing in Sonic Boom apart from those times that we do.
And Stick Spirit was kind of here. Kind of.
Stick's doing commentary was interesting. I like the idea that because Knuckles and Sonic were both involved, that Tails had to go, and if he was going to do his little commentary game, that he needed somebody else, and that Amy obviously wouldn't do it, so he only had Sticks.
And then Styx turned out to be a really good co-commentator, and they went on to make the fantastic sports commentaries together.
I still love how this has basically become another little, like, small running gag at the start of each episode now, where they're just doing a random thing together.
I like them doing random things together, though.
Well, me too, because
it's a very show don't tell way of reminding us that these characters are friends.
That, and also because it's a nice, slow way of introducing the episode too. Because you don't really get that otherwise.
It was that little bit of filler before the plot comes in.
Yes, pretty much. Every episode in anyway.
I get Tails' house, assuming that is Tails' house. I can't think of it being anyone else's. Especially with that TV with the big valve
I'm not even sure, to be honest.
on top of it. That was whatever it was. Yeah.
For all we know, it may have been Six's house. I don't know.
No, it's not Styx's
No, it's
house.
definitely not
It's
Styx's
that's very
house.
distinct.
By process of elimination, it really must be Tails' house, but
Eh.
I don't know.
We're not used to seeing Tails' house. I mean,
Well, that's the thing, but we hadn't seen that location, and I can't think of anyone would have a TV with, like a pulley and very old electronics on it, other than Tails. So, anything else that stood out for you guys?
nope, there's just one more episode to go. It's
There
nearly done.
is.
Cool.
It's nearly over. The ship has nearly sailed.
Yep, and I have a long TSC article ahead of me that I have to write next in a week and a half from
And
now.
then you'll have to start posting the commentaries.
I'm probably gonna link to the playlist or something.
Don't be lazy. Do the thing.
Link to the playlist,
Anyway.
actually.
On
That's a
next
good
week's
idea.
show, we'll be announcing our winner of our special competition where you can win Cat. And
Oh. I'm going to remind you to do that, then.
okay. I hope you've got in your competition answers. If not, be sure to leave your answer in the comments section. And of course, we'll do a special lucky draw for you. And obviously, it is only available in Europe. Sorry, American listeners, but
Sorry, but actually, you might be eligible if you make sure to send me some travel pills.
if you retweet the episode when it comes out on YouTube, if you retweet that or what have you, we might do a special lucky draw where you can get a reproduction of Donnie's beard.
Especially handcrafted by Tomy, who are purveyors of absolute quality and realism.
You do realise, of course, that
And fantastic paint
you do
jobs.
realise, of course, that in the alternate reality, Donnie's beard is green.
Which alternate reality?
The one with
How many of them?
The one with the brave Knuckles.
Ah.
As all reds are green. As all reds are green.
Knuckles wasn't green.
I don't
But
know where this is going.
Knuckles was too awesome to subscribe to your laws of Or
The universe.
Where is this going?
I don't know. We're just giving
I don't know.
giving reproductions of your beard away. It's going to be like the new Sonic hat.
There's going to be too many of them. Literally too many of them.
Too many of them, and they could have easily been actually sold and made loads of money on them, but didn't because Sega.
Because they thought of giving something away for free for once. It just had to be the best thing.
What we'll do is we'll have these things made that everyone's been after for ages, and instead of selling them, we'll actually just give the entirety of the people who would have actually bought them for free, and then it won't sell any.
Like, you see, in other fandoms, we could possibly consider that a good mood, but this is the Sega fandom. We kind of want them to have money to be able to spend on making quality games.
Then they turn around and go, "We haven't got any money." Another 2 departments we need to shut down because we haven't made any money. We don't understand why. Oh, seriously ridiculous. Anyway,
I don't know.
Sega is as Sega does, and Sega
does it wrong.
does what Nintendo don't.
Sega does what Nintendo, and that's probably why they like this right now.
What Nintendo don't, which is
Sega does what Nintendo, and it's very clearly backfired.
Yeah, Sega does what Nintendo don't, which is be a third-party publisher. Nintendo don't be that.
Well,
Nintendo never be that.
Fun times. Anyway, that is the end of the post-show. Woo!
ooh, one more episode to go.
Mm-hmm.
One more Saturday.
So as we said on the actual commentary itself, because I'm not sure of the order of the videos going up. So if you aren't aware, we're not entirely sure when episode 52's videos will go up. That is for reasons of recording maybe at a different time for us, depending upon things.
We're sorting things out first.
Yeah.
We may be doing something neat. We also may be doing something not neat.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, we don't really know.
But ultimately, we'll be embarrassing ourselves.
Well, probably just me. I mean, to be honest.
They're very obviously me. I will embarrass myself if I don't crawl into a plant pot.
Puppies!
Yes! Puppies.
I'll be the one with the hand over the face going, oh God. But
You're always doing that. You're doing that right now, Kevin.
Until that time, again, we implore you to please leave your comments regarding your favourite moments on the show, your favourite characters, your favourite episodes, who surprised you as a character, who disappointed you as a character, who was your least favourite episode character moment, which writers did you like, who should never be allowed near a typewriter again. All these things, and what you really think of Sonic Boom as a series, how it's achieved what you would like to see also next season. Now that we've we've still not been entirely confirmed. No, Sega themselves haven't said a thing, and technically the Boom team hasn't said a thing, but everyone knows. So, but what would you like in next season? What would you like in next season of the commentaries as well? Would you like Donnie?
Hi.
We've already got him, so what are you talking about? We'll be back then to round off the series. We'll probably have lots to say. Until that time...
Yeah. Or I will have nothing to say and just sit there very quietly.
Until that time, from Kat...
Bye.
From a Donnie.
Puppies.
God damn it, Donnie. People can say goodbye. Okay, try it with me now, Donnie. Try. Good.
Good.
Bye.
What is this?
Puppies.
Good puppies.
Let's try it again. You got the first bit right. You got the first bit right. Okay. So good.
Good.
Let's break down that last part, okay?
Pup.
Okay, let's try this. Let's try it differently. Right. C.
C.
Yeah.
Puppies.
He was wise to your game, Kevin. Donnie,
Yes.
you're gonna have to say goodbye. You're gonna have to say goodbye normally.
Donnie,
You
what?
can talk about the puppies later, but Donnie, you have to say goodbye now. Do you think
Aloha.
you can do that?
He said aloha.
That's correct. It's like ciao, it can be used for both. So he's done it. Kevin, he's done it. We can go. We can leave this horrible mess of a call behind. We can watch more wacky races.
Join me next week for a special one-man show.
Oh.
Full of puppies.
Puppies.
No puppies.
If you'd like to adopt a Donnie, please tweet us with the hashtag "Yeah, we'll take the idiot." Until then, from me, at the very least.
If you'd like to give Donnie a gift, please tweet us at the hashtag doggies for Donnies.
From me, bye.
Puppies.
Shut the fuck up.